Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first Q&A after seeing and talking with you guys and hearing your comments for The Walking Dead Season 7 official trailer, San Diego Comic-Con 2016. And as usual, I'll put the link in the description for you guys for the different trailers or trailer. There is another one too, by the way, that I didn't mention in my earlier video. It's a sneak peek teaser, Negan chooses type deal. Link will be in the description to the Vimeo one. It's about 30 seconds long and it's got some new footage, 35 seconds. It doesn't have much, but it's got a new kind of look at Negan standing there and everybody in line. So now that we haven't seen that before at this point, we've seen that quite a few times now. Enough in the season 6 finale probably to start with. So it's just a climactic point, and you know, I'm starting to see a lot of comments and stuff. Not everybody happy with the trailer. Some people disappointed because we didn't really get to see much of our core 11, of our core group of survivors, soon to be 10 in season 7, because and we've seen it so far too since the end of season 6. They really are trying to shut down any kind of theories or guessing or anything like that with regards to you know, who Negan killed off. So yeah, it's still a thing, unfortunately, till season 7. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, really, because it's like we've gone over it so much since the season 6 finale. It's almost like, who cares at this point? But, you know, we got to, because it's a good portion of the trailer. And some people upset that the first half of the trailer, pretty much, you know, or a little over half if you count the titles and stuff like that, because that takes up a bit of time too, is actually not new content. It's actually only like half of the trailer's new content. And then, of course, the Negan chooses part on Vimeo, the video I posted below, is another 30 seconds of new content. But it's still the same kind of scene. It's just kind of picking up where it left off. The quality is really good on that one, though. It looks good. Yeah, so let's go through a few comments, and I'll give my thoughts and answer a few questions for the first Q&A. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to do another video tonight with you guys for sure. And then maybe tomorrow we'll either do another Q&A or we'll do the breakdown video where actually, you know, we go through the picture-in-picture and we actually look at everything and, you know, we'll analyze everything and see what we can see from it. So, poptimisT says, my favorite part of the trailer is when Negan is banging Lucille. Nice. I like that. RedX165 says, Shiva looks fake. I'm sure they will clean up the CGI to make it more realistic. But like the trailer, the second half was awesome. So that's from RedX165. He said that Shiva looked terrible. And then JCR88 said the first part about the CGI not looking the best. Maybe they'll have to clean it up. Well, you know, it's a TV show too, and of course they have dates they have to complete things by, and CGI can take a while, right? CGI, the editing, can take quite a bit of time. So when they have to produce a show and they have to get it done, it's not like a movie where they can kind of, you know, they've got you know, a good set amount of time. A lot of times they have to finish an episode really quickly and then move forward with another episode, especially when they're doing 16 a season. So I think it makes sense that they, like Scott Gimple did say, they could get a real tiger if they really want to, but maybe it doesn't make sense for the show to do it. Maybe it makes more sense to do it in CGI. So it's just what it is. I mean, a real tiger would look even better probably, but you know, I mean, they got to do what they got to do and blast forward to the next one. I'm still happy that we get 16 episodes a season, and you know, if they wanted to do something like that where they could have more time and that kind of deal, then we wouldn't always get the season right when, you know, it's supposed to be released. They kind of have to. They only have a certain amount of time to get it done, right, and move forward. Smirh says that trailer sucked. Daryl must die. He's got some issues. It sounds like. So some people still want to see Daryl be killed off. It looks like Daryl's good from what we can tell. So in going into the season, so maybe Daryl will be just like a long-term survivor, like permanently, like Rick. Like he'll just be in the show, like, you know, forever, pretty much. Which you know, it makes sense. I mean, a lot of people like the character a lot, so he's kind of one of those A-listers that they probably wouldn't want to kill off at this point, and you know, it is what it is. Rob Bulman says, JDM hasn't buffed up or shaved that darn beard. How do you feel about this, Trev? Well, the thing is that it's not always just what he does himself, you know, personally. If you see him walk by, and then that's one of my favorite parts of the trailer, when you see everybody like be like, oh shit, you can see her kneel, you know, like get down on the ground, like right away. Especially you see Dwight too. He's got like a notebook or something. He like goes down right away. It's just, you know, because they treat him that way. it changes, it adjusts how we view him, right? So, and he's pretty tall, like he's pretty big. So, in terms of size compared to the others, you look at him compared to a lot of the others, especially when they're kneeling. But it just affects how you view it. And, it's cool. I am really excited. That's one of my most anticipated things for this season to see a lot of Negan's stuff in the first half. It's going to be really cool to see how they handle Negan and how JDM's performance is as Negan. And it looks like he's joking around a little bit. He's got the thing with lemonade with Olivia, which is fun. So and some people, like I said, are upset that there's not as much Rick as the others. I'm cool with seeing as much Negan as they want to give us, because as a fan of the comic books and how much Negan's been in the comic books the last 6 months or so, he's probably the biggest character in the comic books right now, at least for now. So, man, the more Negan we get, the better. I think he's just an incredible character, and it's part of what makes The Walking Dead so great is that Kirkman's able to come up with amazing characters and add them in over the term of the series. And Negan's new to us. We've had 6 seasons, but he just got here. So, it looks like we're going to get quite a bit of concentration on him. Maybe some extended episodes. That'd be cool. We have Lindsay Blakemore says, who was Dwight pointing his gun at? And that's tricky, man. We'll do that with the breakdown. I'll go over it really closely, and we'll see. But it looks like maybe like when he's talking to the person, maybe it's somebody new or somebody that we don't know, and maybe we get to see Dwight have to go around and do his job, so to speak, in the zombie apocalypse that Negan has given him to do, which is to pretty much go around, find any survivors that are out there, and take everything they have, pretty much, or force them to work for the saviors, that kind of deal. So it'll be cool to get to see things from the other perspective, and there's a lot of Dwight in the trailer, so it looks like he's going to be pretty much an A-lister. For this season anyway, which is good. It's going to be cool to see his side of things, and also Sherry, Honey, it'll be cool too, just to see that dynamic and how Dwight feels, and maybe the start of possibly all-out war. We'll see. Woodbury Productions says, "Hey Trev, I was wanting your opinion on how long Negan JDM will be on The Walking Dead." Yeah, if maybe that has part to do with why they chose JDM. Maybe because he doesn't look that old. So if he's on The Walking Dead for 6 years or something, that would be, good. I mean, he could be in there up to current date is like, geez, how many more issues? They're looking at like at least 56 issues of the comic books. That's at least going to translate to at least a few seasons, probably season 10, 11 at least, and we don't know. He may survive even longer than that because he's still kicking in the comic book series. So he could be JDM if he's down for it. I mean, he could be there from season 7 because he can't really count 6 because he just shows up at the end, like last episode, like end of season 6, season 7, maybe through to season 13, 14. If we get there, see, there's a lot of questions like you don't know. We know 3 years from Talking Dead, at least 3 more years, probably bring us into season 10, probably. We'll hear if there's confirmation of season 10 in a few years, and we'll see where it goes from there. But if The Walking Dead continues to be as popular as it is, I could see him in here for 10 years. I mean, right? He could be if the show keeps going and he wants to continue to do it. That's one problem with it is that we've only seen happen like once with Dale, where an actor, wanted to get out, right? Jeffrey DeMond. He wanted out because of what happened with Darabont and stuff. But we haven't really seen too many actors or actresses in the show that were like, "Can you kill me off? Because I'm like tired of this Walking Dead. I don't want to do it anymore." Like, we haven't really seen that aside from him. He's the only one. So hopefully JDM will be in it for the long haul, and we'll get to see him play Negan for a really long time because man, he's just such a fun, interesting, great character. I mean, it looks like it's going to crush what David Morrissey. Not his fault. He's just got to do what he's given. It looks like it's going to crush the Governor. Be even better than what we saw with the Governor. And I love the Governor as a villain. I thought he was incredible. So JF Productions, he was one of the ones that said, "I don't like how the memories take up half of the trailer." Yeah, it's true. Maybe they could have done something else. But, the thing is, like, it's rumored out there online. You have the Spoiling the Dead fans on Facebook page. They've made their predictions on who they think it is based on who they've seen on set. So it's like, what's the big I don't know. It's kind of tricky, right? So tricky. I try not to talk about it. I personally want to stay out of that stuff because AMC, and especially you see the trailer, they seem very keen on trying to not give us any hint whatsoever. So I don't know, man. Don't know. Zeke when McInnes says, I wish they would have at least shown Rick and Carl. We all know they're alive, but I still loved it. Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, it's like, we know they're not going to kill off Rick or Carl. I mean, come on. I think it would have been cool if they maybe threw in one of the Negan kill, because we know they filmed each character death for Negan. They did 11 times. So they filmed him killing each one of them. So this is what was reported. So it would have been cool if they would have thrown in like somebody else. Like, imagine the misdirection if they just showed in the trailer who Negan smokes and it was a different cut. Like, it was a cut from the extended, the Blu-ray type of extended stuff. So, the extra features they give you and everything. So, man, everybody would have went nuts if they showed it being someone it's not. So that would have been crazy, man. But oh well, it would have been cool too. It would have been awesome for a trailer too if they just showed us who it was. Like, they just put in the actual thing. That would have gotten people talking, whether or not it was real or it was one of the 11, or showed a few of them or something. So the people are like, oh my god, that would have been even crazier. So, but I guess again they want to lock it up, so they didn't show us. They didn't give us too much. Mr. Zombies Fanatic says, Trev, they have the episode description for the first 6 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 7 on IMDb. Do you think they're legit? No, they're not legit. Dude, you don't ask me that. Of course they're not. It's too early. Christy, why they show the tiger so early? Well, they gotta give us something, Chris. Like, what are they gonna do? I kind of thought we were gonna see exactly what we did. To be honest, like, I thought we were gonna see Shiva roar, and that's what I thought. Like, I was doing videos, Q&As and stuff. That's what I said to you guys. It was like, that's probably what we're gonna see as being the big hook for the trailer, and it is. It's the big hook for the trailer. It's a tiger. So, they have to give us something. If they don't want to show us Rick and the others and who was killed off, or even give us any kind of hint of who's surviving, which is what they did, then they got to show us something. So they gave us the tiger in that. And, you can understand people want to see, it's The Walking Dead. They want to see Rick. They want to see Carl. This is what it is. You got to have them in there somewhere. And this trailer didn't really have much of them, just flashbacks, right? Some people even said they thought it was like a fan-made. They thought they were watching like fan-made something. I've seen some pretty good fan-made stuff that looks legit, too. Rupin says, do you think that the part with Carol is an interview, or has she lost her marbles? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's an interview with probably Ezekiel or somebody at the Kingdom, and she's kind of just kind of like playing possum again. It's kind of, it's done well for her so far, so you wouldn't think she would change that. So maybe it's not that she's going crazy or anything like that. Maybe it's just that she's acting as usual, but maybe she has gone a little crazy too, because, she was a little crazy at the end of season 6. Like, she was just going out there with reckless abandon, not really doing what was best for the group and everything. And so it's maybe we'll see her in a different state in season 7. I'm sure they always change, so I'm sure we will. Siren137 says, enjoyed the trailer, but Trev, Q&A, what is going on with Carol? Is she on some very good pain meds, or has she lost the plot? Just like I said, I think if I had to go with one, I think she's probably just acting a little bit, and because you couldn't sway from one to the other so easily like that. She was pretty depressed at the end of season 6. It wouldn't switch all of a sudden like nothing. Lane Witkowski says, hey Trav, what the hell? Why is the premiere so late this year? I thought the premiere date was going to be October 9th, 2016, but now they changed it to October 23rd. Why? You can blame Fear of the Walking Dead for that. Probably. I haven't compared the dates, because they usually skip 1 week in Fear for back to school for the holiday and everything. So you have to look at the weeks. I haven't got my calendar, but pull up the calendar and check and see. But probably that's why. But they've, sometimes the date changes. Like in the first season, it was on Halloween, which was cool. It's always good to see it on Halloween. This year, it's going to be the 23rd. So, it is what it is. And so, oh well. It's cool. We'll have other stuff. We'll have Fear of the Walking Dead until then. And, I'm sure we'll get other trailers. We'll get other content released. I hope that they don't continue to kind of lock it down and not show us anything with any of our survivors, like any of the group, except for like Spencer and stuff like that, because that's kind of weak, to be honest. I hope they give us something, and they're like, all right, well, we'll give you a few scenes of Rick and the others too. So Alicia TWD says, so happy you post quickly after the release of the trailer. So that'll be the last one for this one. So thanks, Alicia. And just to add, I put this one in there because I try, guys, in the future years, next year and the year after and all that. And just to be clear with everybody, too, because sometimes people complain I don't post stuff fast enough for that kind of. I do the best I can. I do have some kind of a life, too. I have a full-time job in addition to the channel and, Jess and everything and family and stuff. That you got to take care of that stuff, too, sometimes. So I do. So contrary to popular belief, I do have some kind of a life outside of The Walking Dead. A little bit. Not much, but a little bit of a life outside of The Walking Dead. So sometimes I can't, but today I was lucky enough to be off work today, so it's good. So yeah, man. So that'll be it for the first Q&A, guys. But send me through private message any questions you have, because this won't be the only one. We're going to do lots, obviously, and the breakdown and everything. So anything you guys notice too, send it to me and send me your questions, and I'll include them. We'll do lots this week and the next week, of course, because there's lots to talk about after getting a lot of new clips in the trailer. Not as much as usual, because we didn't get as many new parts. Half of it was kind of older stuff, but there's enough to talk about too. And if you guys like the video, of course, you know what to do. Like, share, favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. See you guys again probably tomorrow. If you missed the review earlier, check it out, and the reaction as well. And Fear the Walking Dead, I know it's not getting like any buzz right now because everyone's like, Walking Dead, they don't really care. But it's pretty good too, though, and the trailer's not horrible. Even though they released it before The Walking Dead, it's not a bad trailer. It's a good trailer, so it's fine. And yeah, that's it for this one. See you guys again soon. It's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.